Greetings fellow Radiant Stars and Delta Warriors, here's an abridged version of my earlier video covering this situation involving Materia Collective and those who uploaded Deltarune and Undertale OSTs. Who's Materia Collective? In short, they're record labels specializing in publishing and rights management for video games, namely indie productions. And Toby Fox, who writes the music for Undertale and Deltarune, is of course one of their clients. So what's going on? Well, recently, a wealth of videos that were uploads of the Undertale and Deltarune OSTs disappeared, along with the channels that had uploaded them. This is due to Materia issuing takedown notices against these videos. This has resulted in channels such as Misaki, Don't Bleed on the Suits, and even Deltarune being outright deleted. See, a single strike on your channel doesn't fall off from your channel's record until 90 days. So if you get hit with 3 of these in a 90-day window, that means your channel is automatically terminated. A takedown, or as YouTube calls it, a copyright removal request, is a manual process. That is, YouTube cannot automatically file a takedown. This always has to be filed by the copyright holder. It's not an automatic claim like a Content ID match is. Takedown claims are also different from a Content ID match. This is important to bear in mind. A Content ID match just means something you uploaded matches copyrighted material in YouTube's database. But your video isn't taken down as a direct result of a match. At best, nothing happens. At worst, your video gets blocked, forced into being private, but with no impact to your channel. Copyright holders can decide what happens with their copyrighted materials when a Content ID match happens. They can automatically decide for your video to get blocked, automatically decide for ads to be placed on it with ad revenue going to them, or automatically decide that nothing happens. They can also elect to file a takedown request, but again, they can't have it happen automatically. The copyright holder has to initiate the process themselves. So it can't happen, Content ID match can't happen, and then you're automatically taken down. A Content ID match would happen, and then they go file the claim, and then the video is taken down, if it's a valid claim. Now, a takedown claim that's found to be valid always results in a copyright strike against the offending channel. YouTube makes this very clear on its YouTube help pages, and when filling out a takedown request form. Of note is that there are 2 options when filling out this form. An instant takedown, which results in the offending video being taken down if the claim is found to be valid, and a strike inflicted on a channel, or a 7-day notice, where the offending channel is given 7 days to remove the offending video before it's forcibly taken down and a strike inflicted on the channel. If the video is removed within those 7 days, no strike inflicted on the channel. You're good. On Twitter, you have Jamie Collective, worker for the Materia Collective. I believe they're head of their business development. They claim that the takedowns weren't supposed to result in strikes. I mean, they don't know why YouTube defaults to strikes when doing takedown requests. But look it up for yourself. There seems to be no option to file takedowns that don't result in strikes against the offending channels, or offending channel. Unless there's another avenue where you can have YouTube remove videos in terms of copyright issues. It seems that no matter how you slice it, takedown request, copyright removal request, whatever you want to call it, results in strikes. Now, why is this concerning? Well, this means either something is being mismanaged within Materia Collective itself, or Materia Collective is doing this knowing that it inflicts strikes on channels. Again, YouTube is very straightforward with copyright removal requests resulting in strikes being inflicted on channels. Either way, it's not good, and seeing how Materia's own CEO, Sebastian Wolf, had been combative during the Undertale Yellow incident, to the point Toby Fox himself had to intervene on Twitter, it doesn't get me looking at them favorably, especially with how quick people are to throw YouTube under the bus while not knowing how things like copyright strikes work, and at worst even confusing copyright strikes and takedowns with Content ID matches. Now legally, Materia is within their rights to do this. It's really a matter of if this was the best way to do this. What do I mean? Well, remember, Materia manages copyright and rights situations involving their clients. So they have the legal right to file takedown requests and Content ID matches and all that stuff with content that's uploaded on YouTube. They are within their legal right to say, hey, we don't want you uploading this OST. We're going to request your video be taken down through YouTube systems. But again, that method always results in a strike. So again, it's a question of if this was the best way to go about doing this. I mean, again, there's also the 7-day option where you're given 7 days to take the video down, and I would imagine YouTube notifies you via email, hey, you've got this claim on your video, you need to do something. And the issue is that, you see, with Deltarune, like, they've been around for ages. They're how I listened to a lot of the Undertale soundtrack over the years. Plenty of Undertale fans and Deltarune fans use that channel to listen to the soundtrack, especially because Deltarune would do extended mixes of the soundtracks that could go for as long as 30 minutes. And there's tons of comments, with the Megalovania upload having over hundreds of millions of comments. And hundreds of millions of views, not comments. But with that channel getting canned, all those comments from all those years are lost. Possibly forever. And YouTube being heavily automated and rather strict on copyright rulings doesn't help either. Though in the case of the latter, they have to in order to remain compliant with US copyright law. When someone brings to their attention that content on YouTube is violating their copyright, YouTube has to act. That's how it works, unfortunately. What can we do? I would say voice discontent with Materia over how this was handled. Not that they're trying to enforce copyright on their videos. Again, they're within their legal right to do that. But the method of shoot first and ask questions later, it seems like. Get the video striked without even exploring other options or even talking to the community about it. That's always an option. Go to the subreddit. Say something, you know. Even if this was an accident. This is an accident that resulted in channels getting deleted, and if Deltarune's believed, even Google accounts can get deleted from copyright strikes, because Deltarune said their Google account was yeeted. If it truly is a mistake, this one's in league with the infamous butt fumble, and if you want to see how bad that was, look up NFL butt fumble. It's a mishap of awe-inspiring proportions. If you're planning on uploading replacement videos, even extended mixes of songs like Deltarune did, I would not do that. At least not until more things come into light with this situation. Those who upload gameplay videos should be fine, and Materia Collective and Toby Fox even encourage channels to upload such content to dispute the content ID matches so their videos are no longer claimed by the content ID system. With that being said, take care, fellow Radiant Stars and Delta Warriors. And if you want a more in-depth version of this with deeper explanations on things like DMCA, why YouTube seems to be trigger happy with this, and my initial thoughts, I'll link that video both in the description and at the end of this video. Take care, and until next time.